So we're like 3 years away from being test blinded, and I'm not sure how crazy. Like I think that if once they make it test blind, or the UC application, or UC says it's going to get the application is going to be test blinded, then it's going to be crazy. The competition is going to get more heavier.
I don't even know how they will have to change in the admission process.
Exactly. So I'm not sure. I'm quite ambivalent about that, but
well, that's
what
just
they said.
9 universities out of how many?
4,000 ish. Yeah. All right. And the next question is, So should you take the SAT or ACT? We're asking this question again because what's your school list, right? It's sort of like a question that's branched off of the real question, which is UC your only school you're applying to?
Right.
Or are there any other school, like Ivy, like you said, you applied. The first question I said was, what school did you apply to, right? The first bit of it that we had.
Yes.
And obviously, a lot of us aren't going to just, apply to UC. There's a lot of others. There's a lot, great school out there. Yeah. So I think it's very, very selective in terms of the schools that are not accepting or making this as like a test blind. Yeah. There's some schools that already did practice this, right?
Oh.
But they're not that competitive.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So, so the question is, are you only applying to UC, right? Or is there any other school are you applying to?
So if you are applying to Ivy Leagues, then this doesn't apply to you?
If you are applying to Ivy Leagues, this will not apply to you yet, because I do not know, what they have in mind, but I do know that it's going to be very hard for them to waive this standardized test score, because it's been around for so long, and Harvard is the first school to use this standardized test anyways. So and apparently, and as you know, Harvard is the most prestigious school in US. There's a lot of talk about Harvard, right? Whether a lot of scandals and stuff. I get it,
right?
But it's still the best school, right? I think that it's going to be very, very difficult for college to look at student without standardized test. Also, this is going to be very difficult for Asian people or international students to hear, but I think Asian people have to have some sort of like a English test, or like if they take out the SAT or ACT, it doesn't mean that they're going to take out the TOEFL test, right? That's another subject. So,
oof. Wow.
Yeah, well, to be very unreserved, I think the question of SAT, ACT drop doesn't feel like a really good question for someone to ask if you are a student who's trying to apply to college right now. It's easy for us to say, because we're done with it.
Sure.
Right.
Because it's easy to hope for them.
Yeah, it's easy to hope for them. Yeah, but like for us, I feel like if this is really my situation and I'm applying to college, I would never jeopardize myself, and I don't want to leave any regrets and anything behind, and so for us, this is not a question of a choice. We tell our students to take the test, right?
So what's next?
Okay, so I think if you're not sure if your potential schools fall into the similar UC program or UC shift, then I think we highly recommend you to take the SAT, ACT. And if you're planning And also, if you're planning on scholarships or course placement, or if you're even non-residential student, take the SAT, ACT, okay? Because I think it's gonna be really difficult for you to stand out if you are missing that score, because I'm sure a lot of students will still have the SAT, ACT. So, prepare, take the test, don't regret it, and good luck.